In life, we are surrounded by ethereal cords that interconnect everyone to everything. Each of these cords are defined by the principle of polarity. This means that everything is dual, everything has two poles, and there are two sides to every story. Between these two fixed points is a world of experience. In life, we are born and we die, but we have a life in between. When we are young, we are vibrant and full of energy, but as we age, decay sets in, and we begin to slow as our final days encroach. All things have two poles, be it life and death, light and dark, hot and cold. Life is a complex matrix of emotions. It is an exploration of our humanity and an expedition through existence. What makes life so awe-inspiringly amazing? If you boil it down, the answer is the relationships we experience with others. Life would be meaningless without relationships. Just think about how powerful the experience of spending time with a loved one feels. Now contrast that to how intense you feel when in the presence of someone you despise. No matter how wonderful or miserable you may be in these moments, the raw energy of every encounter is incredible. Life is about relationships, but the idea of relationships transcends people. It entails our ethereal connection to God and even with ourselves. When we apply the principle of polarity to relationships, it reveals two poles, connected and disconnected. If we are connected, we feel whole, wanted, needed, desired, liked, respected, admired, and maybe even loved. When we feel disconnected, we feel alone, deserted, lonely, isolated, disliked, hated, or maybe even outcasted. Every silvery cord is a relationship, but we aren't limited to a single relationship with every person we know. In new friendships, we may only have one or two strings tying us together. But as the bond develops, our experiences weave a tapestry from dozens, if not hundreds, of fibers. This is why we can be our lover's friend and their romantic partner. The sexual, lovey bond is one string, while the intimate camaraderie of friendship is another. Each must be maintained and cultivated to ensure the bond is harmonious and mutually beneficial. Unfortunately, remaining aware of every string is challenging, and as each relationship grows in complexity, the tapestry becomes increasingly difficult to manage. How can we keep up with it? How can we harmoniously navigate life when at every turn we are being knocked off balance? We are bombarded with stimulation every second of every day through social media and mass communication. It is so pervasive and intense that we have a difficult time refraining from texting while driving. How can we expect to have an awareness of our relationships when many of us fail to perform a simple task like driving safely? I believe we're in the greatest era of disconnect humanity has ever experienced. Sure, we may have instant access to everyone and anyone we have ever known, but a day filled with electronic messages and memes are not a replacement for real human interaction. We can't hear tone in a text. Intent is often misunderstood, and few people possess the ability to convey their thoughts and feelings through the medium of written word. Texting and social media creates the illusion of connection. Every like is an emotional jolt. It is candy, and we eat so much of it, many of us have developed diabetes of the soul. If we want to live a healthy, harmonious life, We must eat more than candy. We need to have meaningful, deep, and heartfelt relationships. This means stepping away from our keyboard, leaving our phone in another room, and actually taking the time to truly and honestly spend time with someone. I suggest investing in the act of holding space. The intent of this term is to help create a moment for someone to share something vulnerable and intimate. It is a request for others to hold their tongue, listen, receive, and absorb the energy being offered. This exercise is a great tool for those who are searching for ways to be present, to let go of all the distractions in the world and exist in the second. This investment comes with responsibility. We must actually be listening. We have to be there in body, mind, and spirit. We have to be doing more than just waiting for our time to speak. In these moments, silence your inside zones. Feel the emotions move through you, but remain focused on what is being said and how it feels to hear them. When you are holding space for someone, it is not an opportunity for you to spout your opinions, offer advice, or convince them their perceptions are wrong. You are there to listen, to feel, and experience life in that moment. Holding space is a meditation of patience, presence, and empathy. It gives someone else the opportunity to feel connected. Think about that. We have the power to help someone alchemize their disconnection. We can help someone feel like they belong, that they are loved, liked, and connected. That's amazing. Simply by listening and feeling the strings of the relationship, we can help them heal themselves. Interestingly enough, this act of patience and compassion can help heal us too. We need to be needed, and in that moment, they needed us. Relationships are beautiful. By opening the door for someone to feel connected, we are opening the door to feel connected too.